Henry Wirtz was born in October 28, 1955. He is an American business magnate, software developer, and an author. He is a co-founder of Microsoft along with his childhood friend Paul Allen. During his career at Microsoft, Gates held the position as a chairman, CEO, president, and a chief software architect, while also being a largest individual shareholder until May 2014. He was a major entrepreneur of microcomputer revolutions of 1970s and 1980s. Early life of Bill Gates. Bill Gates was born in Seattle, Washington on October 28, 1955. He is a son of William H. Gates and Mary Maxwell Gates. His ancestry includes English, German, Irish, and then Scottish. His father was a prominent lawyer and his mother served as a board directors of First Interstate Bank Systems and United Way of America. At the age of 13, he enrolled in a Lakeside Prep School, where he wrote his first software program. When he was in the 8th grade, the mother clubs at the school used produce him the Lakeside School roommates. Sale to buy and Telemodel 33 ASR terminal and block of computer on a General Electric computer for the students. Gates gets interest in a programming GE system in basics and he executed from the max class to pursue his interest. He wrote the first computer program on machines, an implementation of a tic-tac-toe that allows the user to play against the computer. Gates was fascinated by the machines, how it always executes the software code perfectly. At the age of 17, Gates formed a venture with an Alan called Trafo Data to make the traffic counters based on an internal 8008 processor. In the 1972, he has served as a congressional page in the House of Representatives. He was a national merit holder when he graduated from the Lakeside School in 1973. He scored 1590 out of 1600 on a scholastic aptitude test and he enrolled at an Harvard College in an atom of 1973. He chose a pre-law major but took mathematics and graduate level computer course. While at Harvard, he met a fellow student, Steve Ballmer. Gates left Harvard for 2 years while Ballmer stayed and graduated in magna cum laude. Years later, Ballmer succeeds Gates as Microsoft CEO. Later, Ballmer succeeded Gates as a Microsoft CEO and maintained that position from 2000 until his resignation in 2014. In 1975, the MITS Altair 8800 was released based on internal 8080 CPU, and Gates and Whelan saw the opportunities to start their own computer software company. Gates dropped out the hardware that same year. Microsoft Basic. Gates read the January 1975 issue of the Popular Electronic which demonstrated the Altair 8800 and he connected the micro instrument and the telemetry systems to inform that he and others were working on the basis interpret for the platform. In reality, Gates and Allen did not have an Altair and had not written code for it. They merely wanted to gauge MIT's interest. MIT President E.D. Roberts agreed to meet them for a demonstration over the course for a few weeks. They developed an Altair emulator that ran on a microcomputer, then the basic interpreter. The demonstration, which was held at MIT's office in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It was a successful and resulted in a deal with MITS to distribute the interpreter and Altair basics. MITS hired an Allen and Gates to leave absence from the Harvard to work with him at an MITS in November 1975. Allen named their partnership Microsoft, a combination of microcomputer and then software, and this was their first office work in Albuquerque. The first employee Gates and Whelan was hired their high school collaborator Rick Whelan. In February 1976, he wrote an open letter to an hobbyist in the MIT's newsletter in which he asserted more than 90% of the user Microsoft Altair Basic. It had not paid Microsoft for it, and the entire hobby market was in danger of eliminating the incentive of a professional developer to produce, distribute, and maintain high quality software. This letter was unpopular with many computer hobbyists, but Gates persisted in belief that software developers should be able to demand payment. Microsoft became independent of an MITS in late 1976 and it continued to develop programming language software for various systems. The company moved from Albuquerque to Bellevue, Washington on 1979 in January 1. IBM, the leading supplier of computer equipment to commercial internship at a time, approached Microsoft in July 1980 concerning the software for its upcoming personal computer, the IBM PC. After Bill Gates' the mother, Mary Exwell, mentioned the Microsoft to John Opel, IBM CEO. IBM proposed the Microsoft wire to the basic interpreter. IBM representatives also mentioned that they need an operating system and Gates refers to digital research makers of an widely used CPM operating system. Contract itself only earned Microsoft a relatively small fee. It was a prestige brought to Microsoft by IBM's adoptions for operating systems that would be origins of Microsoft transformations from a small business to leading software company in the world. Has not offered to transfer the copyright on an operating system to IBM because he believed that personal computer makers would clone IBM's PC hardware. They did, making the IBM compatible PC running DOS a de facto standard. The sale of MS-DOS, the version of DOS sold to customers other than an IBM, made Microsoft a major player in the industry. The press quickly identified Microsoft as being very influential on IBM PC. PC Magazine asked if Gates was the man behind the machine. Microsoft and Gates launched the first retail version of Microsoft Windows on November 20, 1985 in an attempt to fend off competition from an Apple's Macintosh GUI which has been bitched consumers with simplicity and ease of use. In August of following year, the company struck a deal with an IBM to develop a separate operating system called OS2. Although the two companies successfully developed the first version of a new system, the partnership deteriorated due to the monitoring creative differences. The operating system grew out DOS in an organic fashion over a decade until with Windows 95 the DOS text screen was regulated to the closer. Windows XP released 1 year after Gates stepped into Microsoft CEO, reportedly was the first to not to be based on DOS. Windows 8.1 was the last version of an OS released before Gates left the chair of the firm to an John W. Thomas person of February 5, 2014. Management style. Gates has primary responsibility of Microsoft product strategy from the company's founding from 1975 until 2006. Gates meets regularly with Microsoft senior managers and program managers. The managers described him being very verbally competitive. He also betrayed foreign proceeding holes in their business strategies or proposals that placed the company's long-term interest at risk. The target of his outburst would then to have to defend the proposal in detail until Gates was successfully convinced. When the subordinates appeared to Ian procrastinating, he was known to mock sarcastically, "I will do it over the weekend." The Gate has been accused of bullying Microsoft employees. During Microsoft early years, Gate was active on a software developer, particularly in the company's programming language products. But his primary role, most of the company's history was manager in executive. He has obviously been on development system since working on a TRS-80 Model 100, but he wrote code that shipped with the company's products as late as 1989. Jeremy Pernole wrote in 1985 when Gates announced Microsoft Excel. Bill Gates liked the program not because it's doing to make him lot of money, but because it's a neat hack. On June 15, 2006, Gates announced that he would transition out of his role at Microsoft to dedicate more than to philanthropy. Post Microsoft. On March 13, 2020, Microsoft announced Gates would be leaving his board position at Berkshire Hathaway and Microsoft to delegate his efforts in a philanthropic endeavors such as climate change, global health and development and education.